Enphase Energy, urgent video, this one. Some very, very important news and what I've just done about it. So Enphase Energy has just collapsed in the after hours. If you look at it today, it was down 3.6 plus another 5.6 after hours. What happened? And we want to thank one of our members for pointing this out. I would have missed this. So it's a big thank you to one of our members, Nikunj. And I've took massive advantage of it. Let me show exactly what happened. This is my Enphase. I was 110 average. I'm now 101 average. 110 down to 101 in just the last few minutes. Let me share with you what happened. Sedge, of course, solar. No one can work this out. Makes no sense. Look at the earnings. We've just reported with Solar Edge. Massive drop, estimated $1.12, and they're down 0.55. A huge miss for Solar Edge. Now, Solar Edge does not have the margins that Enphase has, so could very, very easily start to go out of business. It has a different model than Enphase. Its margins aren't anywhere near as good and could very, very quickly start to get in trouble. Look at this. Their stock hasn't even moved. Can anyone understand what that's all about? It didn't even react to that huge over that huge miss. But this is the nature of the stock market. Enphase, on the other hand, did. What the heck is that all about? Very, very bizarre. However, this presented me with a huge opportunity. I took some profits from Amazon. I took some profits from Apple, and I'm about to take some profit, if not all of it, from Palantir, who report in the morning. Right now, I'm only down $14. It's kind of nothing, to be perfectly honest. Really at all. It's a cost of business, if you like. I could just go, what the hell, and buy even more. It's my second round already. But if I've just bought a couple of $1,000 worth of Enphase, so to be quite honest now, I've increased my position with margin. So what I will do, I'm in very heavily in now, but I believe in what I believe in, and that's it. If I can get out of Palantir, that'll just go towards my margin, okay? But I've just lowered my average. Now, the reason why we brought this emergency video on tonight, because this is now 2-year low. If we look at the values, because it's all about buying value, okay? Where we are now, we are a few moments ago, I bought it, I think it was 70 to 71 and a half, 72, something like that. If we look at the intrinsic value, the worst case, if we value the company at $66 a share, $66 a share, and bearing in mind we're now at 72, all right, we would be at 13% overvaluation, but that is at the value of 76. We're at 72 right now. So my calculations, we're somewhere in the region of the worst case scenario, somewhere in the region of about 6% over value at the worst case. At the worst case. Now, of course, we've got 2 quarters to go if you can stay in the stock for 2 quarters. But at this price, now you're going to get imminently, I don't know when, but at some point in the very near future, you're going to get the CEO virtually declared it, going to buy in. The stock, it will rally 30%. So you'll be instantly in a very good position. So I like it. I bought in. I think we are now at the worst case overvaluation, about 8% overvaluation. Now, if you're saying, well, that's still overvaluation, 8%. Remember, a high growth stock, a high margin stock, which is what Enphase is always going to have a heavy price on it, just like Apple does, Tesla does, and other stocks. They have a forward-thinking price because it's a forward-thinking stock. It's a growth stock with huge growth. So as far as I'm concerned, I would say that is extremely good value now. Now, it could go even lower. It could. But I think that is a good valuation. If we look at the difference between, I want to share this with you, between Solar Edge and Enphase. This is where there could be a big difference here, and we could end up seeing Solar Edge getting in serious trouble and Enphase taking all the business. Solar Edge, if you look at it, profitability 54 out of 100. That's its margins, right? 54 with a solvency of 76. If we look at we scroll down to Enphase, on the other hand, we are looking at 81% margins and 79%. So out of 100, you can see the difference there between the company. Even though the valuation is slightly better in the favor of Solar Edge, their margins aren't anywhere near. So they could get in trouble very, very quickly. So that's my opinion. You do what you want. Enphase Energy reacted on the face of Solar Edge. And there goes Solar Edge. It's now finally reacted. Look at that. Now Solar Edge has reacted afterwards. It took some time. I don't know why it took that much time, but it was, it's gone down the same way as Enphase did. Right, so now we've got a choice. Do we want Solar Edge or do we want Enphase? Well, Enphase by far, far more likely to succeed, has a much better business model, and this is now driving the stock down for Enphase. Enphase has already had this reaction. We've already had this drop, and now we've had a drop because of Solar Edge. So I like it. If I can sell my Palantir, which is looking extremely likely. I mean, I could even just sell it now and go, what the hell, $14. I'll just buy another round of Enphase and just get my average under 100. Because if I go again with another $1,000, I think I'll be somewhere in the region about 95. So we'll be good. This is very, very good. Let me just read some of the comments. We're making this in a live video, and let's have a look. These are the comments coming up during a live video. Trading halted for Solar Edge right now. It was halted to protect the markets, but it's now opened and gone back down. Just started trade again, down 16%. Mark Saxby, Jojo S. If you chart the line of lowest lows for Enphase since July 2023, you can see the current price is trending to this steep declining indicator. If it drops much further, you may get a bounce. Take a look. If it drops much further, you may get a bounce. Take a look. Yes, I agree with you 100%, Jojo. We are at the point now, and of course, so the management know that as well. And that's a 30% bounce. 30% if management pick up from now with the amount they wanted to buy. I am with Jojo S on this, and I reckon it will drop lower. I am waiting. I'll put the chart on Discord, says Jojo S. Got almost 10,000 in liquid cash waiting to pounce, says MSK. Solar Edge dropped massively. These are coming in from the members. It was halted again, said Mike. Back to Solar Edge. Now it's coming up. Now it's coming up, so we could see if this starts to rally, we could see Enphase start to rally. You're ahead of the game. In my opinion, Enphase is the better buy, and you're ahead of the game because they've already had their drop, and now they've had their reaction to Solar Edge, and I have got an average now of 101. I've only got to hold on for 2 quarters, and I will be happy with that. Let's just look again at the reason why. Let me go over to this chart here. This is very, very important bit of information I'm going to give to you now. Let me scroll over to here. If we look again at the financials for Solar Edge, Enphase Energy, 2.7 billion revenue, down 3%, 616 operating income, down 3%, net income 572, down 0.2, capital expenditure, they're investing in the new EV solar. We know all about that. That's good. Their balance sheet is great, 3.6 million in assets, 2.5 billion in liabilities. liabilities. Beg your pardon. This is what's important. 45% gross margins and improving. Their margins is improving tenfold. Very, very good indeed. Their margins is increasing. Solar Edge don't have that. Operating margin 23%, net margin 21%. And what we're looking for, this is where it beats over Solar Edge. 81% profitability score, 79% solvency score, which means the company is not going bust. It's way ahead of Solar Edge in this particular metric, which is good. And if we look at the Wall Street as lowest forecast, we see $75. So we're at 71 now. So we've got an upswing at 127 to 66%. But of course, we are about 6% lower than these prices right now. So that's huge. On the average, on the upscale, on the upside, which we will be in 2 quarters, we're looking at 359, nearly a 4x if we look at the price as it is now. What we're looking for, though, and this is what's really important, is the ownership. We've seen the sell-offs in the last 9 to 12 months. Now we're seeing the buy-in come in. The last one was Roger Thurman, which was on September the 14th. I wouldn't be surprised at all if we get a buy-in now, and it'll be in the millions, and you'll see a 30% jump. Now you've got to decide. If you wait until it gets to 50, I don't know, 60, I have no idea, and it rallies 30%, you decide. Do you want to wait for that? I would rather be in and just keep nudging down, because I'm not buying Enphase Energy to make 5-10%. I'm buying it for a 4x. So it's a completely different thing. I'm looking at it in a completely different way. Anyway, that's my thoughts on Enphase Energy. Just going back very quickly and looking at Solar Edge. Yep, Solar Edge is continually falling. It's down now 22.81, and it's going to pay the price of Enphase Energy now. Now, if we look at the market cap of Solar Edge, we're looking at 4.28 billion. If we go back to Enphase Energy, we are looking at a market cap of 10.87 billion. A very, very different company. Very, very different company. Much better value in Enphase, in my opinion. So what do you think? Anyway, I'll wrap up this video. This was an emergency video, and it will go out as its own video later. It will go out for the members a couple of hours before it goes out to the general public. And so I like your thoughts. Leave your comments below. Was I right to buy in? Are you holding? What number are you holding to? Go and vote on the X poll. I'll put the link to the X poll. You can go and vote on it. Let me know your thoughts. Have you bought in tonight? Are you buying this, or are you waiting for further drops? I think you might get a further drop, but I'd rather be in and done and dusted. So what do you think? Leave me your thoughts below. And over here, I'll put more videos that you might like in the series. As always, take care of your money, your crypto, yourselves. Most importantly, take care of each other.